Welcome back, Dr. Clay Video Gaming. Today in Hero Wars Alliance, we're going to answer a question. I get this asked a lot. The question is, how do I build a team, or which hero should I level? And there's lots of things to consider when you think about leveling a team. First of all, you got to find what your focus is. Are you going to make an all-around team? Is this going to be an arena team? Is this going to be a Hydra team? Do you want something that's going to be multifaceted? What is it that you're looking for when you're asking the question? That's the first thing you got to look at. Second thing you look at is what heroes are available to you. That is a humongous deal, because some of the heroes you can only get through purchase or through shops, like Octavia's Skinstones. You can only get her, or Octavia's Soulstone rather. Octavia, you can only get her right now through a shop, and it's purchased. And so if you look at mine, my Octavia's 1-star. Why? Because at the time I didn't have resources to pour into her, and so I didn't get her. And so that's something to think about when you're building a team. What heroes do you have available? What are you going to use them for? Are they going to be multifaceted? So when you look at that, that's the first thing. If you're beginning out, if you're starting out on a team, and you're going to have Astaroth, Galahad, Ginger, Mojo, Thea. These are the ones going to be available to you to begin with. Now, are they going to make a great team? Together, they're not going to make a great team, because you have 3 tanks. You have a physical damage dealer, and you have a magic damage dealer. As you go further, you're going to get some more. You have Phobos, which is magic. You got Fox, which is, I think, physical damage. Kira, and so you're able to get more heroes. What you need to do is find heroes that complement one another and use those. So some things to think about when you're building your team is you want to go to your artifacts. And then you go to your artifacts, you want to find out what the artifact weapon does. Because the artifact weapon will give your team a benefit. So when we look at this, we see Zisha, and Zisha has a magic attack bonus. So as you know, when she ults, then she's going to give your whole team a magic attack. If you have her on a team that is purely physical damage, then the only person will benefit is Zisha. And so you want to find somebody who you can build around her to help, so she can help them better. Now, I'm not saying you can't use her with a physical damage team. I'm just saying if you're starting out, you want to find heroes that complement one another. Another example, if we go down to Faceless on his artifact weapon is magic penetration. So if you use Zisha with Faceless is going to allow Zisha to do more damage because of the penetration. And Zisha is going to help herself and Faceless have more magic attack. And so when you look at building teams, this is something you need to pay attention to early, because you can't level up every single hero, especially if you're free to play. Now, if you're going to purchase emeralds and you're going to buy, pay in order to win, that's fine. You can level up whichever team you want, and if you want to know which teams are dynamic and will work, I can let you know that. But from my experience, when you start out, you're going to have to find teams that synergize well together, that work well together. That way, you're going to be able to maximize your efficiency in what it is you're leveling. Only level heroes you like. There are heroes on here that you may not care for. And if you look at my team, you'll say, "Oh, well, Zishaw's the number one in his team." That's the one, obviously, he thinks is the best. Well, I really like Zishaw. I like using her because of her magic abilities and things of that nature. But I level her up because of Hydra fighting. But she is part of a main team that I use. And so it's important to think about that. If you don't like the hero, if there's another hero that you like better, build a team around that one. Any team has the ability to be other teams based upon any hero can be any team based upon who you put around them. Now, you look at my Soleil testing. In some of the video, I had to edit because it went over to 10 minutes. But when you look at it, you can see I tried different combinations to find out which ones worked best. Now, there are times I use Soleil with Artemis, Tristan, and Fafnir, and it's a physical team, but it worked. Part of that is because I had to use Soleil. That's not who I would normally prefer to put him with. Um, and so those are things to think about as you build your team. And there's resources available, and if you need me to do a video on that, where to find out who does the best on these different Hydra heads, I can give you that information, and that way it'll help. But you want to build a team that goes together, and the ones that have, if you're starting out, the ones you can get from a shop. Now Dorian is super expensive on that. I will just wait, get him out of the heroic chest. But you have, Judge, Darkstar, Chaba in the arena. You have Kai, Orion, Dante, and Maya. In the tower, Maya you end up getting through different early events. You have Faceless, Cornelius, Satori, Lilith. You have Luther, Jorgen, Elmir, and Ching Mao. In the dungeon, you have Corvus, Alvanor, and Isaac. Grand Arena, you have Lilith, Marcus, Ishmael, Rufus. The Soul one you won't be able to get until you get an Absolute Star, or somebody who's 6 stars. The Workshop you get Ju, Ziri, Nebula, Kark. Hydra Shop you have Yasmin, Morgan. And the Hero's Way is Tristan, Peppy, Z-Shop. Now, Hero's Way, the coins are really hard to get right now. And so I wouldn't put a lot of stock trying to get Hero's Ways coins until they fix the system they're working on now. But find some things in the shop, things that work together. So first of all, you got to find out, what heroes do you have? How well do they work together? Which ones do you like? Which ones support the ones that you like using? What's the end goal? And so that is the biggest tip I can give you as far as building a team and teams that work. Is you need to find out why the team is effective, why it works, if it works. One thing I would do, definitely get him some training. You can have people put their lineups in here, and then from there you can fight against them, train, find out if this team is actually worth building and investing a lot of resources in it, especially if you're new and you're not wanting to spend money. Okay, guys, that's the tips I can give you as far as building a team today. If you want to know how particular teams work, if you want to know, which heroes work better with other heroes, you leave some in the comments. Some of you guys are asking questions like that already, and I can help you answer those questions and how to start leveling your heroes. Okay, guys, until next time, we'll catch you in the arena.